Can Israel Adesanya get revenge against Alex Pereira in his middleweight title fight at UFC 281? See who fighters are picking in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
Izzy does that crazy ass lean back that I highly recommend he don't do against Alex. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Izzy. I think it's a different sport.
Yeah, in some ways it's the rematch, right? And in other ways it's not, because it's a totally different sport. Adesanya's hard to hit, right? He's finding his groove. Guys are going to have to bring the fight to him, and I think Alex will. That's going to be a big one. And Israel obviously being a much more well-rounded martial artist. And, if Israel can find his takedowns, find his entries, keep his range and this amazing style he's developed in the octagon of almost being untouchable, and his championship experience. He's been in there. He's fought these 5-round fights recently. Some of them may seem lackluster, but he's walking out of there unscathed. Alex is very powerful, right? That Sean Strickland knockout was incredible. Him in 4-ounce gloves is a very dangerous thing, and I think it's going to be the first time in a while where we really feel like we're going to see fireworks out of both these guys, and there won't be any question about it. I'm going to have to side with the champ on this one. I'll be, even though he talks so bad about my buddy John Jones, I think I'm going to go with Adesanya on this one.
This fight it's something, but I think Adesanya have more chance because he's how to say, Pereira, he just, how many fights he have in MMA? Not a lot. Yes, not a lot. But Adesanya, he understands this game more. I think more than Pereira now. And also, if we watch his kickboxing match against these two guys, but Adesanya win for points. It's just one punch and Adesanya lost. But this one is in MMA. Adesanya more understand MMA and more accommodation in this game, and I think he have more chance for sure for win this guy.
I'm giving it to Izzy because that's my dancing brother. Alex has got the knockouts in kickboxing over him. This is MMA, So, and then what Izzy's been doing to that 85 division, until I see him get proved, at 85, then I'm always gonna ride with him. And Alex this is a perfect fight just for Izzy to shut up everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he caught me there. I'm the king of this ring. So.
I think Adesanya can beat him when Adesanya will fight MMA, not stand-up fight. If he will stay 5 rounds with him stand-up, I think it will be bad for Adesanya. He have to wrestle, and now we will see his wrestle skills, his level of wrestling.
A style bender, man. Style bender. Pereira is terrifying, man. It's one of those things where generally people don't get title shots with, what's his record? Is he 6-0 now? Is he 7-0? It's nothing. He has less fights than me. But I mean, with that being said, he has that storied kickboxing career where he beat Stylebender twice. But it's one of those things. You see the clip of him knocking out Stylebender a lot, but you don't see the footage before it. Stylebender gets knocked out where he's beating the crap out of Pereira. So, Pereira's a tough guy. He's really scary, but I think he's going to bring the best out of Stylebender. I think this is going to be the best Stylebender that we've seen in a long time. And I think he's going to go out there and they're going to put on the show. But I think Stylebender comes out on top.
Oh, I don't know, but that's the most fight that I'm excited to see. Because Alex Pereira has death in his hands. He touched that boy, Sean, for a half a second, and that dude went to sleep. So, I mean, if Izzy and him have the same game, so Izzy's not gonna be able to do what he does against other people. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, let's say Alex Pereira just for the giggles of it. Let's go, Alex Pereira.
What I've seen of those two, I think Alex Pereira has Israel's number as far as kickboxing goes. I think Israel is a much better kickboxer for MMA, but Israel does get hit with that left hook a lot, and we saw in the last fight putting away Sean Strickland like that with that left hook. That's no joke. So I think Israel could go in there, and he was saying, "Hey, people, have you watched all the whole fights that they've had?" And I think he goes in there and he gives them a really hard time, sticking and moving and doing the things that he does. But I'm not sure. Pierre's hook, if it gets in there, then it's lights out, and that is an area where Israel does get hit a lot. So I would give it to Alex, despite the fact that I would consider Israel a better MMA fighter and better striking for MMA, in my opinion.
Who knows? Because I know Izzy's going to come out for blood. You know what I mean? Izzy has a lot on the line. You know what I mean? His pride is on the line. You know what I mean? It's not going to. People like, oh, Izzy, it's going to be another boring fight. There's no way this fight's going to be fucking boring. You know what I mean? I would love to see Izzy used to make it an MMA fight. You know what I mean? Get some clinch work, maybe get a takedown. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Izzy has been long enough in the sport that he knows how to secure a couple takedowns. You know what I mean? I want to see that. Because you don't have to sit there and strike with him. You know what I mean? Because that's a dangerous dude. He has a heavy ass with the left hook, I think it is. That's why I've never seen a punch that decisive. But I'll put it on Izzy.
That's a tough one. But I think for this one, I'm gonna go with the current champ. I think he's gonna, he's got a lot more mixed martial arts experience. I think he would have evolved enough as a fighter by now and be technical enough, especially because before the skill set they were fighting in kickboxing, you got to stay a little more in each other's face, and that favors the slugger. In MMA, you can stay back and point fight, and Israel's really, really good at doing that. So, Pereira's always got that one-shot power, but I think the champ stays smart, and he might not be the most exciting performance unless he, catches Pereira really opening up, but I think he'll keep his belt.
You know what? I want Izzy to win. I really want. I feel like it's a lot of disrespect on his name. And a lot of people are going to push Alex because he beat him twice. But you know what? I'm going to give it to Izzy. I want Izzy to win because I want him to shut a lot of people up. And also he can finally get a win in that chapter.
Israel, man. Israel's too fast.
Okay. Watching the Sean Strickland fight, Alex Pereira was just, he was baiting. It's like he was toying with Sean Strickland, knowing that it's you're not a striker. You don't understand what I'm doing. And I'm just going to let you keep doing what you're doing. And it was only a matter of time before he ran into anything. But Izzy's smarter and faster than Sean Strickland in all aspects of striking and footwork and movement and everything else. However, that power that Pereira has is just second to none. So it's and Izzy's been open to be hit a few times. So it's if Izzy, plays the dance game and doesn't get hit, I can see him winning a decision. But if he tries to fight and kickbox Pereira, I can see Pereira knocking him out.
Pereira.
This one is very one of a fight that I'm looking for. I think Pereira has everything that he can stop the champ. But still, it's gonna be a good one to watch for sure, and I'm gonna go with the big upset with Pereira. I think he's gonna beat again the champ.
I wouldn't bet against Izzy. Izzy's on fire right now.
The disrespect towards Izzy is crazy. I still think Izzy. Obviously, Pereira's a savage, but I just think Izzy's going to be too seasoned for him.
Adesanya.
I'll give it to Izzy. I think he even might win by submission, which is the craziest thing. Because people don't understand. Izzy works his grappling a lot, and I think we're going to see the complete mixed martial artist come out of him once he fights Alex Pereira.
I've got Adesanya. I think Pereira's he's good. He's a seasoned striker. But one thing that Adesanya always does say every time he gets questioned when it comes to him is have you guys seen the fight, right? And he was kicking the crap out of him. His striking is just better than his, at least back then. I don't know about now. And then we got smaller gloves now. So I figure if you go back into that kickboxing match and you put them on smaller gloves, Pereira probably gets knocked out because he was getting touched with a lot of shots. So if it happens the same way Adesanya pulls it off, I think Adesanya pulls it off no matter what. But it's an exciting fight just because they have history and just because he is somebody that had the win over Adesanya. And they're both long, so it should be good.
Dude, that's a crazy one because you've got Adesanya undefeated in the UFC. No, outside of undefeated in his weight class in the UFC. Yep. But then you got a guy that has knocked him out. And it's not like I don't see Adesanya as a guy who's like learned any grappling. You know what I mean? I don't see how it's like you can't make an argument, but this is MMA because Adesanya only strikes in MMA. So that's going to be definitely interesting to see what happens. And then if you watch the Sean Strickland fight, boy, that dude can crack, man. That's a scary hook. So I could definitely see Adesanya getting slept in that. And these are 4-ounce gloves too. It's very different.